Good morning, everyone. I am starting a little early. Actually, it's not really early, but I am. I have a timer up because instead of our normal timer, where there's music and dancing and just letting people know to come on in, I am here talking with you during the initial countdown because I have something to tell you. It's not that exciting, but it's something that I need to tell you because this show, the Friday morning Rise and Shine at 9, right now is streaming on a whole bunch of Facebook pages and Twitter and YouTube. But starting next week, we will be streaming only on one Facebook page. So I need to let you know if you're interested, you need to be following over on that page. So right now, because we're going on so many pages. Some of you are here and saying hello, and I see hi. And but other people are watching on other pages. Some of you are watching on a page, and you're like, nobody just said hi. Nobody just said Grand Rising. Yes, they did on a different page. So you can't communicate with each other because you're all on different pages. So there might be one person watching this page, 47 watching on this page, two watching over here. It would be much nicer to be on one page. It's better strategically for me. It's better to build community. It's better for you to meet each other and be able to interact and network with other entrepreneurs because part of what I want to do is share good information and build community because when you can communicate with other on the biggest and best thing in my life growing my business has been networking, brainstorming, masterminding with other people because it gets lonely. And so in order to have community, I need to be putting this show in one place so everyone can be there. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to talk about that with you right before I start the main show. And it's so good morning. Good morning, Nikki. So good to see you. If you are watching, the other thing is if you're watching from a group, one of the group, I have this show streaming on some groups, and I don't get to see your name unless I see you on the phone. So I see Facebook user. Hi, Facebook user. And I see over here that Nikki said hello, but I don't see who said good morning because it doesn't show me. When I go to one page starting next week, I will be able to see all of your names and I will be able to chat with you instead of saying hi, someone, because I think that's really unfair. Because if someone said hi, someone to me, it would be upsetting. So I want to say hello to you, Nikki. Hello, Heather. Hello, Denise. Hello, Eliana. I want to say, yes, you. I want to say hello to you, but if I don't see your name, I can't say hello to you. So that's my point. One of the several reasons why we're moving on to one page. So the page will be facebook.com/Nika Stewart Shine. That's my business page. Starting next Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, this show will be streaming only there. If you are on another page and you want to be notified when we go live because these topics are of interest to you, put remind, write remind now, and I will have a reminder sent to you. You can get on our email list or you can get messenger notifications and we can remind you so that you don't miss a show. Coming on live is always the best, but if you can't come on live, if the topic interests you, you can always watch the replay as well. So our timer is done. Let me get rid of that and say to you, good morning, sunshine. It's time for our main show. Isn't that exciting? And yes, thank you for keep writing remind. Again, I think that some of you don't see, like I see some people typing on other pages and I would love you all to be able to see each other. But you will get reminder notifications if you're interested. Good morning. Welcome to Rise and Shine, the show that helps entrepreneurial women shine and men shine online, not just at 9, but every time, all the time. If you're looking to grow your platform and have more of the right people know about you, Come every Friday morning at 9 to Rise and Shine. I am Nika Stewart, your host, and I am the founder of Shine 365, a membership of amazing entrepreneurial women. Today, we are going to talk about something that is really near and dear to my heart. It is called bright, shiny object syndrome. And I'll tell you exactly what that is, what that looks like. You can tell if you have it. And then we're going to talk about ways to help battle the syndrome. And so that's what we're going to do for the next 20 minutes or so. So if you're ready, well, you are ready. Grab your coffee because it is time to rise. And it's always time to shine. So let's do this. Okay, good morning, everyone. Let me see what we have here. Okay, excellent. Today we're going to talk about bright, shiny object syndrome, and I have a music video to show you, which I'm really excited about. It's a music video that I created a few months before all of my hair fell out, because that's what I see when I watch the music video. I see lots of hair. And it'll be a fun kind of representation of what bright, shiny object syndrome looks like. But let me tell you, in case you don't know, I believe if you're an entrepreneur, you know what this is and you know if you have it. Basically, it is when you are attracted to all of the bright, shiny, beautiful stuff that is going to make your business better, grow your community, earn you lots more money, get you loads more clients. It's the newest, shiniest, coolest thing that you have to have because it's working. It may not even be new, but someone is telling you about it and you think, I need to have it. If you have, this is what bright, shiny object syndrome will look like in an entrepreneur. So tell me if this is you. Do you have a large list of business ideas? You always have great business ideas, but you don't always act on them and follow through on them. Do you frequently jump from one goal to the next without achieving one before you move on to the next? Do you not finish projects? Do you have lots of unfinished projects? Do you feel confused often? Like your messaging for your business, what you put out there is a little confusing. So your target audience is confused. Your clients are confused. You are confused. Do you feel confused often? Your team actually who work with you also may get that have that confusion, because if you're not focused, you feel confused, you're jumping from one thing to the next, and your team can't execute on your ideas because it's confusing. Do you jump from one course to the next? Like, oh, here's another course that will help me in my business. And here's another one that will help me. Here's another book. Do you jump from book to book? Oh, there's another great business book that I just heard of. Do you jump from coach or teacher to the next coach and teacher instead of sticking to one? Most entrepreneurs who are really thriving and succeeding and moving forward have one mentor or coach who is working with them. But those of us with bright, shiny object syndrome might be like, I need a new coach, I need a new teacher, I need a new mentor. Are you jumping from one to the next? Do you keep registering domain names on perhaps GoDaddy? Oh, I have this great idea. Let me see if the URL is available. Oh, it is, or something similar. Let me buy that. Do you have a dozen or 100 unused domains or even landing pages that you really aren't putting out there? Do you have loads of tools, apps, plugins that aren't really being used, but this is such a cool one, I should download this? And on your phone, do you have pages and pages of tools that can help you in business, but you're actually, here's another one, let me download that, but you're not even using the ones that you have? All of these things are symptoms of having bright, shiny object syndrome. And I am talking from experience. I am not standing on a mountaintop preaching to you, telling you how to be perfect like me because I have bright, shiny object syndrome as well. And I am continuing to learn how to get better at it. In fact, a few things. Number one, this book was sent to me by my coach and mentor, Jen Lehner, and it's called The One Thing. And it pretty much, the first thing I read was that it was a phrase that says, if you chase two rabbits, you will not catch either one. It's a Russian proverb. If you chase two rabbits, you won't catch either one. You need to focus on one thing. So my word of the year this year for 2021 is one. Really what that means is focus. When another idea comes, I can't go to it until I finish this one. So we're going to talk about how to have less clutter and more productivity. Or as my husband says, less clutter and more butter. I don't know what that means, but he likes the phrase. I think actually it can mean like less clutter, more butter, if butter means like more income, more clients. Less clutter, more butter. Okay, so I am going to give you some proven tips for helping with this. It's like lack of focus. It's clutter in our brain. It's jumping from one thing to the next and not being productive. Bright, shiny object syndrome. I'm going to give you some tips on how to battle that and be able to focus and get more done. And first, I want to show you this video that I created about a year and a half ago. Have some fun. You brought some friends to my idea meeting?
Yes. Some more ideas.
No more. Oh.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello! I should do that now. That is such a good idea. Oh, we can actually incorporate that into the video. I know I don't have a lot of time, but I should do that right now. I should start that now. That's a great idea. I can't ignore that. Oh, that would be so much fun. I'll do that right now.
I think that would be great for our business. Don't you think that would be great? We start that now. I can add that to what we're doing. I have time for that.
I start my day with confidence and positivity. To-do list is a mile long, so focus is the key. Checking off each business task and moving through my day. But then I have a great idea, and that gets in the way. Bright, shiny objects. The more I focus on bright, shiny objects, the less things I get done. It's getting complex. Another race to win. Bright, shiny objects. You're gonna do me in. So many great ideas to build my business and have fun. Distraction is my normal. How can I pick just one? This new idea is the one. Except for you and bright, shiny objects. The more I focus on bright, shiny objects, the less things I get done. 100 projects, and each day I add more bright, shiny objects. It's like a candy store. Bright, shiny objects. I want to do it all. Bright, shiny objects. I need an overhaul. Bright, shiny objects. It's time to set you free. Bright, shiny objects. You'll be the death of me.
How was that for you? Did you feel like that you could relate to that? I was dancing along and I'm like, yeah, that's still me. But here are some ideas for becoming more productive and getting rid of all of that clutter. Okay, number one, how to remove the clutter and have more productivity. How to battle bright, shiny object syndrome. This is something that I learned from someone, and I don't know who it was. I just heard it from someone, but I think they heard it from someone else, so I don't know where the idea came from originally. It was out there, but it is to have an idea book. It doesn't matter. This is just one of my many journals that I have, and this is my idea book. What it does for you is you have a book that you always have with you. Maybe it's always in your pocketbook. Maybe it's always on your desk, but it's always near you. And it really is meant to write down any new amazing idea that you have that it's not time to do right now. So either you learn about an amazing tool that you would like to incorporate in your business, or you have this great idea for a course or a program that you want to launch, or a way you want to help your clients, but you really know it's not, you can't, it would be clutter right now. It would take away from finishing something that you're doing, but you don't want to forget it. Like, I don't want to not do this. So how can I not do it? It's so valuable. Write it down in your idea book. So you will not forget it. You will do it next. You will do it next on the list. But part of the reason that we keep taking on new projects is we know that they can be very valuable for us and for our clients and for our business. We don't want to not do them, and so we launch them, but we have so many other ideas going on, we don't finish anything. There are too many projects. We're trying to catch more than one rabbit, and so we catch none of them. So what you do is you keep chasing that one rabbit, you write down in your idea book the other rabbit, knowing that you will get to it. You're not going to forget it. It's okay not to do it now because you're going to get to it. You'll just get to it next. Sometimes we change our mind. We look in our idea book and we go, that wasn't a good idea. Thank goodness I didn't launch that. That would have really messed me up. And sometimes it's like, oh, awesome. I'm glad I wrote that down because now it's good to go back to. Once you write it down, you go back to focusing on the one thing, right? So the bright, shiny objects go in your idea book rather than in your head and in your daily plan. I think that really has helped me. And so Kristen says, good topic. Yes, it is so common for us entrepreneurs. Bright, shiny object syndrome, yes. Good. A lot of people say that this is a great idea. I really think that an idea book is a great idea. Number 2, how to battle bright, shiny object syndrome. Ask yourself when a new shiny object appears in front of you, ask yourself if you can add this new tool or project without disrupting what is currently going on. And that's difficult. It's difficult to remember to ask ourselves that. And it's not always easy to know. Oftentimes we think, I can add this new thing. In fact, I have to. Whether I can or not, it's so good. It's so shiny and bright. I have to do this. But how do we know if we really can add it right now? The only way we can add a new shiny object is if the current things that are going on in our business are systemized and consistent. What does that mean? If you want to do a podcast, I'd like to do a podcast because it would be great for building my platform. It would be great for my business. So I'm going to start a podcast. It's so shiny. It's such a great shiny object. A weekly podcast. But I'm not consistently sending out my newsletter, which I also thought, well, that's so important for my business to consistently send out my newsletter. If I am consistently sending out my newsletter, meaning there's a system. On Monday, I write the article. On Tuesday, I send it to my assistant who puts it in MailChimp. And Wednesday, I look at it, and Thursday, it gets sent out. If that is going out, it's weekly. So for several weeks, my system has been followed, and I feel comfortable with it. I know I can continue with that. Now I can look at a new shiny object. Until the current things in my business are systemized and consistent, I cannot add a new thing. I can put it in my idea book, and say, I'm going to get to the next thing in there as soon as I systemize the current shiny objects. And when they are consistent, I can add another thing. And then I systemize that until that is consistent. Then I can add another shiny object. Does that make sense? It means stepping back and looking at how to document the system for doing the things that you want to be consistent with in your business. Consistency leads to success. There is no point to starting new projects. Let me step back and say this. Let me just see if there are any questions. Let me step back and say this. If you want to be known as a leader in your industry, you want to be known as an expert, you've probably heard the philosophy that it takes 10,000 hours of work to become an expert in any specific topic. So here we are, building our time and expertise, moving along, spending hours becoming known as an expert, going towards our 10,000 hours. And our business is growing. Sometimes there's a dip, sometimes it goes up and down, but in general, it's going towards the up. When we start with a new shiny object, we start from down here again. And we start going up. Bright shiny object, start over, start over. Every time a new shiny object that we take on, we're starting from scratch. We do not become known as an expert. We are a jack of all trades. We're not an expert, the thought leader that we need to be to grow a successful business. Every time we start a new shiny object, we start over, and it we'll never get to the 10,000 hours that we need to be known as the expert, to feel confident, to really grow our business. So if you want to add a new project, you can when the current projects are systemized and consistent. I hope that makes sense. It really feels good when that is happening in your business. Tip number 3 for battling bright, shiny object syndrome is to decrease the temptation. This is something that's difficult for me because I like to know about all the new stuff, the new tools, the apps, the fun things that will make our lives easier or make us look cooler. Like, ooh, there's a new live streaming tool that'll make my videos look like I can add overlays. Look at that, how cool. Look at this animated thing that I can add. It's so cool. It makes me look, it's so much more fun. But I can't add those, like I said, until the other things are systemized. I get newsletters like AppSumo. So practically every day there's another tool I could buy. I join Facebook groups where every other day it's like, here's some other things that make you look better, that add to your business. Here's another coach who will work with you. Here's another book about. It's exciting, but if it's tempting, unsubscribe for a while. Stop looking at all of that. It is good to keep up with trends in your industry. You have to be on top of things. But if there is temptation to constantly try something new or buy something new or start a new project, take the temptation away until you learn to not start something new, put it in your idea book, and not start it new until you systemize and get consistent with the current things going on in your business. And number 4, my last tip for you for battling bright, shiny object syndrome is to really, really look into any new object that you'd like to add, any new tool or process or program that you want to launch. Look and decide if it's a real opportunity or if it's a shiny object. Most of them are shiny objects, but some of them are real opportunities to grow in business. Only you can really know that. Part of it is, so you look into it to see if it really can grow your business, if it can help your clients, if it can streamline your projects, if it can make things easier and more effective and make you able to scale, or is it just a fun new project? And if it is a fun new project and you don't want to not do it, put it in your idea book and add it when you feel systemized and consistent with what's going on in your business. Are there any questions? Hello, Oh, I have another Nika on here. Good morning, Nika. I see lots of good mornings. Good morning, everyone. Hello. I hope that you're having a good morning and you're not feeling too shiny today. Well, no, that's not true. I want you to feel shiny and I want you to shine yourself. But I don't want you to be distracted by all the shiny objects. Only be distracted by your shiny self. Have some coffee when you see it. Have a sip. Take a sip. There's a fun, shiny object. Take a moment. Is this new shiny object really good for me, or is it just a shiny distraction? If it's a distraction, get rid of it. If it's a great fun project, but you're not ready to do it now, put it in your idea book. And daily, document your systems, because the more systems you have and the more consistent you are with the current things you're working on, the more things you can add. Everyone, all of us have the same amount of time in a day, right? I mean, it seems like some people have so many more hours in their day, but we all have the same amount of hours in our day. Why do some people get so much more done? It's not because they grab more shiny objects and get involved in more projects. It is because they are less involved in more projects. They are focused on one. And when they have completely systemized one, they can add another. But many of us are trying to add them all at once. You can have 20 projects if you systemize one and then systemize the second. You know what? My husband is calling me right now. No, I was going to talk to him on live with you, but he hung up. My husband's pretty good at following through and not adding new objects, and he's often saying to me, do you really need this new thing? My friends are often saying to me, do you really need to do that also? And the only times the extra things work for me is when the current things are systemized. It is bottom line the most important thing. Document systems for what you are currently doing in your business. Get consistent with them. Then add something new. And that's when you can really enjoy the new bright, shiny objects. So I hope that was helpful for you, entrepreneurs who have bright, shiny object syndrome, like me. What I do want to remind you, two things. Number one, we will be going live here every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, but not here where you are unless you're on my business page. If you are not on facebook.com/Nika Stewart Shine, then if you'd like a reminder, because we're not going live where you are now, we're going live on the business page on Facebook. Put remind in the comments and we will send you a reminder to know where to go on Fridays for Rise and Shine at 9. And next week, we'll be back on Nika Stewart Shine. Until then, please remember that the world needs what you have to offer. You need to put you out there, because the more you put you out there, the more the world is improved. No matter what you have to say, there are people who need to hear it. And the more you are, the more people you can help and the more clients you will attract. Not just clients, but clients who love you and who you love to work with. So be the youest you can be and shine your brilliant self. Not who you think the world thinks. Like, we always think like, I should be who I think the world wants of me. No. Be you. Be who you want to be, who you are. That's when you really shine, and that's when you can really grow your business. So until next week, go shine. Love to all of you. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next Friday.